Hi, we're Ailey and Daniel for Design Break, and today we're going to talk about our pros and cons of being designers.
/ creative person. So we both wrote down 2 pros and 2 cons each. We didn't confer answers on them yet, so we just thought we'd take them in turn. So the first pro on my list is that it's easy to rule out what you don't like when you're shopping. So I don't know if this is the same for you, but when I'm out, or as I say out, we're in lockdown right now. So when I'm shopping online, I usually know exactly what I'm looking for, which actually kind of is a pro and a con at the same time.
I take so long in picking things because I always have like a really specific idea of something that I want in my head, and if I can't find that exact thing, I'm like searching for ages looking for it.
Yeah, but it does mean that you're not just kind of browsing with no idea what you're looking for. But yeah, I was thinking about the wallpaper. Like we were looking for wallpaper and we had an exact idea in our minds of what we wanted, but actually finding exactly what we wanted was quite a challenge.
Yeah.
So that was my first pro.
It's a pro. We're calling it a pro. It into a con.
No, it's still a pro. It's easy to shop if you... It's still a pro.
Yeah. Okay, don't look at my answers. I was actually going to start with a different pro, but I'm going to start with my second pro because I think it kind of relates to your one.
Okay.
So it's about being able to use our creativity and our skills to make things. So like our sign that we made for Dunclyde, or like even like this bracelet I made. So like being creative and being a designer, we can use our skills to make digital things or make physical things, like fun little projects. So like, okay, we couldn't make a wallpaper, but
well, we probably could have.
Some things that we can't find that when we have a really specific idea in our head of what we want and we can't find it, we sometimes just make it. So,
yeah.
And then we've got like exactly what we want and also the satisfaction of making it ourselves.
Yeah.
So, and that's also we earn or keep doing that for other people, and it's kind of like a fun job. So that's a pro.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, well, the first con that I have is not being able to go to a restaurant without critiquing the menu. And I'm sure this can't just be us. Other graphic designers are probably the same. And you just, every little error there, every little left alignment.
There's always one thing where you can tell it was like a last minute change. And maybe the designer didn't have time to fix it, and it's just like the spacing's all wrong and it's all just like shoved in.
Yeah.
Even if it's a good menu. Like, it's rare that you come across a menu that you think, wow, that's, I wouldn't change anything on that.
Yeah. I mean, there definitely are restaurants that get it perfectly right, but it just seems to be more common that there's always something.
Yep. So my next one is kind of like a pro and a con in one.
Okay.
Because I did the pro, but then I was like, it's also kind of a con.
It's a bit like my pro.
Yeah. So it's like, it's two-sided.
Okay. Well, we're all intrigued.
Sorry, I need to remind myself what exactly I wrote. Okay, it's really closely related to your first point, so I don't know if it's going to be valid, but it's about because we have a certain taste and really specific taste, and we have a good idea of what we like, we can surround ourselves with really beautiful things that we really appreciate. So like there's so many badly designed things out there. When you do come across that perfectly designed thing that is really what you had in mind or really to your taste, you really appreciate it. And we can really appreciate nicely designed things and high quality things.
Yeah.
But then the flip side of that is I know I am super picky and particular about things, and if there's something that I have that I just had to get but is badly designed and I have to live with it, I'm just like, it just annoys me.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's funny, that actually ties really well into my second pro, which is that you gain a better affinity for the brands that you like that appreciate good design. So because you have an appreciation for nicely designed things like maybe Apple computer products or Bellroy, I'm name dropping brands here, I realise, but so you can appreciate those products more because you're not just appreciating a Bellroy wallet for its convenience. You can also appreciate the design.
It's like their vision, their whole...
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of ties into what you were saying.
Yeah. Okay, so my last con, I couldn't really think of that many major cons.
Oh, I could think of loads. I had to really narrow my list down.
So I just put, this is really specific to being a digital designer, but I put sitting at a desk all day because, I don't know, it's really great to be able to use all the digital tools to create so many different things, but they're all digital and you're just sitting in front of a screen all day, and that's our tools that we use to create. And I really like making things with my hands, but
yeah, I mean, we do still create, there's photography as well, and we do build some things. It's not all digital, but
yeah. I think I was just thinking the majority of our day-to-day work day is sitting in front of a screen, which I do enjoy, but at the same time, I like to get out and about and create physical things that you can touch. Yeah.
So the last con, I realise we've just ended on 2 cons there, so ending on a negative note, but is actually quite closely related to the first one, but it's a bit more serious, which is that you, as a designer, I think there's a tendency to judge a book by its cover, and it kind of applies across the board. So if you're back to the restaurant thing, if you arrive at a restaurant and it doesn't look, the design hasn't been well executed in terms of the logo or even just the kind of exterior, interior design, I think as a designer, you judge it more heavily maybe than some other people would. I mean, everyone's going to get a judgment if it's a super shady taco joint. You're obviously going to be like,
I don't know, those places are meant to be the best though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's like the shadier, the more authentic. But then at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, you just look at it and you're like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess the judging a book by its cover thing can actually be a fairly serious negative, that you don't give some things the chance they deserve because you're immediately put off by the design, more so than other people would be. Maybe.
Yeah, which I guess is a semi-superficial way to approach things.
Yeah, definitely. So that's just been our pros and cons of being a designer / creative person, but I'm sure we've missed loads of things out.
So let us know your favourite or least favourite part about being a creative person in the comments.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.